Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Charlotte. Returnable from the 1. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
From himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
You can do better. What are you guys doing? Let's pick it up.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, it's Brooks. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Here's Young. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Trying the right side. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Young to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Defense shows blitz. Young. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, it's Ryan Wright out to punt it away. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. We're on here with Will Shipley. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
He was about to get smacked just as he got rid of it. Sometimes, Kate, that crowd lets you know you're about to get hit. But that's a savvy quarterback play right there. Take that check down. And nothing better than that defender picking you up off the ground after he knocks you down with that play, that check down, taking some big yards.
They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 38. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers have it now on his 8th pick of the year. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber of defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Play action now, Young. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Young. This one will be intercepted. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Xavier will get the target on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Young working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Man in motion out of the slot. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Young looking to throw. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Man in motion here. Sticking to the air. It's Young. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On the play fake, it's Hurts. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback.
Why are all my offensive linemen getting hurt? I don't understand that. That's 3 in the last 3 games.
This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
First down, ball at the 36. On the give, it's Brooks. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and 3 now. Now a give running right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
So now here's 3rd and 5. From the pistol, it's Young. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
And he had just enough leg behind that one. It is off the crossbar and through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I know some of you watching may be surprised to see his kick need a little kiss from the crossbar to make it over. But kicking in the NFL is one of the toughest things to do. Kate, if we pulled somebody from these stands, they'd have trouble hitting from 30. You get up into the 40s, it becomes real easy for the best in the league to sometimes miss-hit one.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead with Shipley. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the pistol, Hurts. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing here, Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running back sent in motion left. From the 43. Has a man. It's Brown. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Looking to his fullback now. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding a big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And he makes the Hets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Oh no, they get him yet again. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running once more with Brooks. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers driving ahead. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Young. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts to throw. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Pulled in at the 20. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be Panthers football. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Second and 6 coming up here. On the draw, this is Brooks. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap now to Young. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Throwing from the gun. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw it. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 34. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Got 44 yards on his 1st kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Young on the play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking Xavier Leggette's way there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. He finds space for a few yards that time. Josh Sweat making the stop. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Young throwing here. Finds a seam down the middle. Space on the right. He's got room. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers push their lead further to start the half. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Hurts now from the gun. Getting out to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Looking for the back that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And they pick him off again. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in 1 game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Hand off here for Brooks. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Defense shows blitz. Young. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Young working from the gun. That's complete to Wilson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Maher connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The play fake now Hurts to throw. Vacates quickly left side. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Now a run by Shipley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. All right, here we go. Second down. Back to throw. Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, I need a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
The Panthers going with the dime. Third down. Now Hurts. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So on fourth down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This is going to be a 46-yarder. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Returnable from the 2. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Now a give to Brooks. He'll drive it forward but won't get beyond the line. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Young to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, he's got a pick. He's now got a sack. I know we don't have hat tricks like hockey or soccer, but if he can recover a fumble before the game ends, why don't we invent a new stat and consider a defensive hat trick or something like it?
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Now Young. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they'll pitch it out to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, as a running back, when you get that pitch, you better get vertical in a hurry. Get beyond that line before anybody can get to you.
Second and 6 coming up here. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Gets up the edge to the 35. And he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Toss play to Barkley. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. It's a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Brooks. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Young looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. Breaks free in the center of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Best defensive ends in the NFL. They don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Trying again, following the set. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. He's got Smith. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Duke the defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 15. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Throw caught at the 6. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They give to Barkley, left side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. They're going to try to run it in, Barkley. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just 1 yard, and the goal line stand continues. That brings up 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Eagles trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Back to throw. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for 1 more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers will take over as he picks off his 10th pass of the season. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Panthers secure that kick. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.